Kia ora tātou. My name is Paul Dalzell. I am Professor of Economics at Lincoln University and Deputy Director of its Agribusiness and Economics Research Unit, the AERU. On 27th of May 2021, I was invited to speak at a dinner of the Canterbury Forum and their guests. My topic was wellbeing and local government, in the context of the review into the future for local government announced by the Minister of Local Government in April. The mission of the AERU is to exercise leadership in research for sustainable wellbeing. 3 years ago, the director of the unit, Distinguished Professor Caroline Saunders, and I were invited to write a book on wellbeing economics for Palgrave Macmillan in the UK. This became the 5th most downloaded book in economics they published in 2018. It has reached 71,000 chapter downloads just this week. Chapter 6 of that book focuses on local government and wellbeing. So I started my formal talk with an obvious point. Local government is one of the most important institutions our species has created for human well-being. To explain why, let me start with what I mean by well-being. There are about 650,000 people living in Canterbury with a lot of diversity. We therefore need a high-level definition of well-being to allow for this diversity. Drawing on Nobel Prize economist Amartya Sen, well-being can be thought of as people having capabilities to lead the kinds of lives they value and have reason to value. There are 2 points in what is called the capabilities approach to well-being. First, it emphasises the agency of people. Well-being is not a gift from government for people to receive. People create well-being by their choices and their actions, drawing on their personal and social capabilities, what they can do and what they can be. Second, this approach is not libertarian. It does not say that values are determined in isolation. Instead, Amartya Sen emphasises that our aim is to expand capabilities for lives people have reason to value. This reasoning takes place in community settings. To expand capabilities for well-being, individuals come together to collaborate with others. We form households. We join institutions of civil society. We participate in the market economy. These are subjects for another talk. But another collaboration is that we create local government. As I have said, this is one of the most important institutions our species has created for expanding human well-being. There are 2 reasons. The first comes from our well-being aim to expand capabilities for people to lead lives that they have reason to value. Local government is a key site in our participatory democracy where that reasoning takes place. For example, when a council formulates community outcomes in its long-term plan. Councils are vision holders and champions for the kinds of lives the communities in their place have reason to value. Second, all communities must make arrangements for the governance and management of collectively owned assets that provide public services people can use to expand their capabilities for well-being. Providing public services requires compulsory levies from residents to avoid the free rider problem. Local government is the institution we have created to carry out this responsibility. The statutory purposes of local government in New Zealand reflect these 2 reasons: to enable democratic local decision-making and action by and on behalf of communities, and to promote the social, economic, environmental, and cultural well-being of communities in the present and for the future. Okay, now add central government to the wellbeing framework. Last year, the New Zealand Productivity Commission published its Local Government Insights report. That report included some blunt messages for central government. The following are all direct, unedited quotes. First, central government analysis of policy and regulatory proposals often fails to correctly define the problem being addressed, underestimates the costs to local government, and shows little understanding of the practical implications for councils across their diversity of circumstances. Another quote, new policies that impose costs on councils rarely come with adequate means to fund these new obligations. Another quote, few central government staff have sufficient in-depth knowledge and understanding of the local government sector. Fourth quote, local government is not an agent of central government, and central government should stop approaching things in this way. Another quote, central government needs to take its regulatory stewardship role more seriously. Better system stewardship requires central government to lift its capability in engaging with and understanding local government. Against that assessment, what should we make of central government's decision to establish a ministerial review into the future for local government? Asking that question, I do not want to discourage the proactive and collaborative approach taken by the Canterbury Mayoral Forum to the review. Rather, I want to point out what will be obvious to many. Based on the Productivity Commission's considered assessment last year, the capability of central government staff to understand local government is weak. This suggests to me that the response of the Canterbury Mayoral Forum to the review needs to provide a clear articulation of the strengths of local government and expanding the capabilities of persons in their communities to lead the kinds of lives they value and have reason to value. A strengths-based approach to the review is essential to support a genuine partnership of mutual respect between local and central government. So let me finish by repeating again the central message of my talk. Local government is one of the most important institutions our species has created for expanding human well-being. I hope its strengths will be recognised in this review and then strengthened in the decisions that follow.